Did you know that a tiny 1-cent coin sitting in your pocket could be worth up to $300,000? That's right, some rare wheat pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at auction. In this video, we're diving into the top 5 most rare and valuable wheat pennies ever discovered. From minting mistakes to low production years, these coins are not only historical treasures. We're talking about the 1957 D. Lincoln wheat penny with rare mint errors that have stunned collectors and raked in massive auction prices. This isn't just any ordinary penny. It's a piece of history that could be your golden ticket. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the story, value, and rarest errors of the 1957 D. Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, is one of the most iconic coin series in U.S. history. The 1957 D. Wheat Penny, minted in Denver, is part of the final years of this beloved design before transitioning to the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959. Though the 1957 D was produced in vast quantities, errors and high-grade specimens are what elevate their value to astronomical heights. Collision: what makes the 1957 D wheat penny so valuable? While a common 1957 D penny might only be worth a few cents to a dollar, error coins and rare varieties are the real showstoppers. These rare variants can skyrocket in value, sometimes surpassing $10,000 or more at auction depending on the error type and condition. Double die obverse, DDO. Value: in circulated condition, a DDO 1957 D could sell for $100 to $1,000. High-grade examples, MS65 or above can fetch $3,000 to $10,000 plus at auction. Repunched mint mark RPM. Example, RPM varieties such as FS501 are highly sought after. Value, depending on clarity and grade, $50 to $1,000 or more. BIE error, die break between B and E in Liberty. Value, usually sells for $10 to $100, but premium examples can go much higher. Off-center strike. Value, minor off-center errors might fetch $50 to $150. Major off-center, 40% to 70%, with clear date/mint mark, $300 to $2,000 plus. High-grade uncirculated, mint state, coins. Value in MS66RD, around $50 to $150. Value in MS67RD, can soar to $7,000 to $12,000 plus at major auctions. Top Pop, highest known grade, has sold for upwards of $14,000. The $1 million wheat penny. While there's no known 1957 D penny that has actually sold for $1 million yet, some ultra-rare specimens with dramatic off-center errors, flawless red coloration, and rare die varieties are considered so scarce that experts believe one could potentially cross the $1 million mark in the future. Especially if certified as top population by PCGS or NGC. Magnifying glass tilted right. Trophy auction records and sales highlights. Here are some jaw-dropping results of rare 1957 D pennies that stunned the market. 1957 DMS 67 Plus RD, Top Pop sold for $14,100 by Heritage Auctions. 1957 DDDOMS 65 Red, realized $5,000 at auction. RPM FS 501 MS66 RD, fetched $950 on eBay. Off-center 60% strike W/visible date, sold for $2,200. 1955, the U.S. Mint made one of the biggest mistakes in American coin history, an error so dramatic that it became one of the most sought after, talked about, and valuable wheat pennies of all time. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1955 double die wheat penny and other rare 1955 errors, how to spot them, why they're worth a fortune, and what you need to look for if you want to uncover the next $1 million coin. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, minted from 1909 to 1958, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. Its obverse features President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner, while the reverse displays 2 wheat stalks representing agricultural strength. Value and auction records. VF20 light circulation $1,200 to $2,500. XF40 sharp details $3,000 to $4,500. 58 Australian dollars nearly uncirculated $5,000 to $8,000. MS63 brown/red mint state $10,000 to $18,000. MS65 plus red high-grade gem $35,000 to $125,000 plus. Red circle record sale. A 1955 double die penny in MS65 red sold at Heritage Auctions for over $114,000. Some experts believe that a perfect MS67 RD specimen could cross $250,000 to $500,000 if offered today, and over $1 million if it has an undiscovered high-grade variety. While the 1955 DDO steals the spotlight, There are several other rare and valuable errors from that year you should know. 1955 Poor Man's Double Die, Machine Doubling. XF to AU, $5 to $25. MS60 Plus, $50 to $100. Brain caution, this is often confused with the real DDO. Always authenticate with PCGS or NGC. Die clash errors. Common clashing, $50 to $150. Severe clashing, $250 to $500 plus. Off-center strikes, 10 to 20% off-center, $30 to $100. 40 to 60% off-center with full date, $300 to $800. Clipped planchet. Minor clip, $20 to $75. Dramatic clip, $100 to $300 plus. BIE error. Common BIE varieties, $5 to $25. Strong, dramatic breaks, $50 to $100. Brain real-life jackpot stories. A collector in New York found a 1955 DDO in a jar of pennies. Graded MS63 RB and sold it for $17,000. Another man bought a funny-looking penny at a flea market for $5, only to find it was a true DDO. It later sold for $45,000. These aren't urban legends, they're real sales reported by heritage auctions, Stack's Bowers, and private dealers. Where to sell your rare 1955 penny? If you think you have a valuable error, here's where to get top dollar. eBay, for ungraded or lower value errors. Heritage auctions / great collections, for authenticated, high-value coins. Coin shows, you can get appraisals and meet serious buyers. Facebook collector groups, immediate feedback and fast sales. What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1952 D wheat penny, yes, the one you might have just lying in a drawer, could actually be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars? Sounds crazy, right? But it's 100% true. These copper coins may look small, but some of them hold huge secrets, rare mint errors and varieties that collectors will pay big bucks for. So stick with me until the end of this video because we're diving deep into the most rare 1952 D Lincoln Wheat penny errors, and we'll reveal how to spot a jackpot coin hiding in your pocket or coin jar. The Lincoln Wheat cent, introduced in 1909, is one of America's most iconic and collected coins. The reverse design, two wheat stalks curving inward, gives it the popular nickname Wheat Penny. By 1952, America was recovering from World War II, and coin production was strong. The Denver Mint, marked by a D under the date, played a major role that year. Rare errors and varieties, this is where the money is. This is what separates common coins from six-figure collectibles. Let's explore the most valuable error types found in the 1952 D Wheat penny. Magnifying glass tilted left double die obverse. Minor doubling, $50 to $300. Strong doubling in mint state, $1,000 to $5,000 plus. Brain only a few confirmed 1952 D DDOs exist, making this an ultra-rare find. RPM, repunched mint mark. This is one of the most well-known and collectible errors for 1952 D wheat pennies. An RPM happens when the D mint mark is punched more than once in slightly different positions before the coin is struck. XF grade, $25 to $75. MS65 RD, $200 to $800. MS66 RD, $1,000 plus. Green circle. Some rare RPMs in mint state red have sold for more than $1,500 at auction. Test tube struck on the wrong planchet. Verified 1952 D struck on a silver dime planchet, $10,000 to $25,000. Struck on a foreign planchet, like a Mexican centavo, $5,000 plus. Light bulb. Always weigh your coin. If it's lighter or heavier than 3.11 G, it might be a wrong planchet strike. Clipped planchet errors. Minor clips, $30 to $100. Dramatic clips, $150 to $500 plus. Off-center strike. XF, $100 to $500. MS, $750 to $2,000. Brain. A rare 1952 D with 60% off-center sold for over $3,500. Could a 1952 D penny be worth millions one day? While no 1952 D has sold for over $1 million, yet, some experts speculate that a major undiscovered error like a 1952 D steel penny or unique strike could fetch 6 or 7 figures if authenticated. Police car lights. So be sure to check every 1952 D wheat penny carefully, you might uncover a numismatic legend. We're cracking open the secrets behind the most rare and valuable 1952 S era wheat pennies, and how you can spot one that could change your financial future. Warning: stay tuned till the end, because we're revealing an ultra-rare 1952 S variety that only a few people even know exists, and yes, it could be worth a life-changing fortune. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of one of the longest-running and most iconic coin series in U.S. history, the Lincoln Cent, which began in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse features Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse, until 1958, showcased 2 wheat ears, giving rise to the term wheat penny. While that number seems high, what makes the 1952 special are minting anomalies, condition rarity, and strike errors that make some of these coins incredibly valuable to collectors today. Moneybag. What makes the 1952 penny valuable? With over 137 million minted, why are some 1952 wheat pennies worth a small fortune? The answer lies in 5 core value factors: rare errors and varieties. This is where the big bucks come in. Some 1952 wheat pennies contain rare mint errors and variety anomalies that drive their value sky high at auction. Let's dive into the most sought-after types. Double die obverse, DDO. These 1952 DDO varieties are extremely scarce. Value ranges from $100 in XF to $5,000 plus in MS65RD. A certified 1952 DDO can command over $7,000 at auction depending on demand. Repunched mint mark, RPM examples, such as 1952 RPM number 1, are listed in the Cherry Picker's Guide. Prices range from $25 in lower grades to $500 plus in MS65RD. The most dramatic RPMs have sold for $1,200 to $2,500 in auctions. Test tube struck on wrong planchet. These errors are extremely rare. Verified sales range from $5,000 to $25,000 plus, depending on metal and grade. Brick clipped planchet error. Common clipped errors may sell for $50 to $200. High-grade or double clips can exceed $500 to $1,000. Direct hit off-center strikes, a 30% to 50% off-center with full date and mint mark can sell for $300 to $1,500 plus. The rarer and more extreme the misalignment, the higher the value. Auction records and highest sales. Let's look at the most expensive 1952 wheat pennies ever recorded. 1952 SMS 67 plus RD top grade $9,300. Heritage Auctions, 1952, SRPM MS66 RD Rare Variety $2,585, 1952, SDDO MS65 RD Dramatic Doubling $6,000 plus, 1952, S Off-Center MS64 50% Off Strike $3,000, 1952, S On Dime Planchet Mint Error $12,000 to $15,000 plus. We're diving deep into the rarest 1945 Lincoln Wheat pennies, revealing how to identify high-value errors, why they're so desirable, and how much collectors are actually paying for them in today's red-hot numismatic market. Stick around till the end. 1945 was no ordinary year in American history. It was the final year of World War II, and with the war efforts still in full swing, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to support the economy. The Lincoln Cent was no exception. What makes a 1945 wheat penny valuable? Despite its high mintage, several rare variations and error coins from 1945 have made headlines at auctions and private sales. Here are the key factors that can push your 1945 penny's value into the thousands, or more. Condition, grading is everything. Circulated condition, G4 to XF45 usually worth 5 cents to $1.50. Uncirculated, MS60 to MS65 valued $3 to $50. Gem mint state, MS66 and above value can soar to $250 to $1,000 plus. Green Circle Record Auction Sale. In 1945 Philadelphia wheat penny graded MS68 red by PCGS sold for a whopping $14,100 in a 2015 Heritage auction. Warning: rare errors and varieties. Some rare 1945 penny errors include magnifying glass tilted left double die, DDO/DDR. A 1945 DDO penny can sell for $100 to $2,000 plus depending on grade. Fire off-center strike. Off-center 1945 pennies, especially 50% off and showing the date, can fetch $300 to $1,000. Test tube wrong planchet error. Occasionally, pennies are struck on dime or foreign coin planchets. These are extremely rare and can bring $10,000 to $50,000 plus at auction. Gear clipped planchet. These errors can range from $50 to over $500. Direct hit repunched mint mark, RPM. In 1945, SRPM can be worth $75 to $250 or more. Most expensive 1945 wheat pennies ever sold. Let's take a look at some of the highest verified auction prices for 1945 wheat pennies. 1945, no mint mark, MS-68 RD regular strike $14,100, 1945 SMS-67 plus RD regular strike $4,700. 1945 DMS-67 RD regular strike $1,300, 1945 DRPM MS-66 error variety $1,800, 1945 off-center, 65%, VF-35 major error orb $3, 200, brain remember. Any major mint error on a 1945 penny in top condition can drastically increase its value, even potentially up to $100,000 or more in unique cases. Magnifying glass tilted right, the metal behind the money. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny was made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, known as the bronze composition. This was a return to the standard after the one-year switch to steel in 1943 due to wartime rationing. Light bulb fun fact, if you ever find a 1945 penny struck on a steel planchet, that would be one of the rarest error coins in U.S. history. None are officially known to exist, but if one is found and verified, it could easily break the $1 million barrier.